We need to talk. Hello everybody, this is Krypton Thomas and Glitchfan 2012, and I normally do not make videos something like this, but this is what the video I want to talk to you all about my life and about my channel. So first off, for those who clicked on this video and you thought this video will be about me quitting YouTube, well, not exactly, but I will be on a hiatus on August 17th because on that day, I will be starting second year of college very soon. That means I will be going back to studying and need to move away from social media and making videos for a little while. But I'll still continuing posting images on this account, I'm just not going to make more videos just for a little while. And I'll still be active on Instagram posting more stories as well. And as for TikTok, well, I'm going to talk about that in a moment. But first off, I want to talk about my content here on this channel. So recently, in 2025, I officially announced that I will be no longer making more unboxing videos and will be switching over to other content. The content I recently started making for this channel are Thomas parodies, Thomas episode remake, Diet Pet, test videos, and reaction videos. But there's other content I have been planning to make but never did. And I'll tell you the reason why I never made these videos. The first one being cartoon reviews. Back in May, I got started working on my first cartoon review videos but never be able to finish in time. I kept delaying it several times but never be able to finish. It's because back in May, my aunt, aka my mom's sister-in-law, got her new job and she started to drop off her kids over at my house. The kids she dropped off are my little cousins. One who is currently 9 years old and the other who is currently 4 years old. They would not only be annoying and play too roughly around the house, but my 9-year-old cousin is starting to use my computer to play games all day long until my aunt or uncle came to pick them up. I tried to ask him if I can use my computer back to do my work, but he refused to let me have the spot back. So I have to spend my whole day waiting for my aunt or my uncle to come to pick them up. And my 4-year-old cousin would come into my room and touch some of my Thomas diecast models and figurines. I know these toys can be valuable, but I'm actually fine with it as long as it doesn't have too much damage with it. They only drop off the kids at my house only a few days a week, and eventually they never hired a babysitter. When I was in preschool, some lady would come and pick me up and drop me off to her house, not only taking care of me, but the other kids as well. We would not only play around and have nap times, but we would watch some Nick Jr. and PBS Kids. After I stay at their house for a little while, my parents would come and pick me up. They actually hired them to take care of me while my mom and dad are at work. I told my mom the other day if she can take care of my little cousins just like how they did to me when I was a kid. After I told her the idea, she gave me a very disappointing news. I found out that the lady who used to pick me up and take care of me at her house along with the other kids don't do that kind of stuff anymore. So I assuming she already quit her babysitting job. This really upsets me because I know there are a bunch of parents who instead of spending money on hiring a trusted babysitter, but they would just call somebody else to take care of the kids for them. This gives me the most stressful times of my life, which is why I never be able to finish my first cartoon review video. Here's another reason why I wasn't be able to finish the video in time, but this time I had a family emergency going on. This all happened back in March 2026 with my dad. After my spring break is over, my dad is starting to feel pain on his back. I tried to give him massages, he went to several therapy spots, but none of them worked. So we sent him to the hospital to check what is going on with his back. He took an x-ray for his back and he had a surgery. But during an x-ray, the doctor noticed something on his kidney, which we found out that my dad has kidney cancer. He was in a hospital for 5 days, they did a surgery on his back, and he took physical therapy at home. When we got back home, he barely walks and cannot be able to walk by himself. Which is why he have to take physical therapy not only to get strong, but be able to walk again. And he cannot be able to drive or go to work. I also have to drove and take my dad to several doctor places and cancer centers. Because back in April, my brother got a new job and he works for fixing AC. He also graduated trade school back in July, which led to me be the only one available to take my dad to several doctor places and cancer centers, while my mom and my brother are at work and my aunt is at the church. I did tell you guys I'm on my summer vacation after I finished my second semester, but the truth is, I originally want to take summer classes, but I am forced to skip it because I have to take my dad to several doctor places and cancer centers. Because there's no one left to be able to take my dad to different doctor places and cancer centers. And not only that, all summer I've been searching for a part-time job. Ever since my dad having back problems and have kidney cancer and won't be able to work, my mom was having a stressful time trying to pay the bills and taxes all by herself. So I thought maybe she can use some help. I tried to apply to several grocery stores and restaurants and took an interview, but never got the job. It's not because I have a horrible resume, But since 2025, a lot of teens who are looking for a summer job and college graduates who is trying to apply for jobs, people have been struggling trying to pick which person they can get the job. So they secretly use AI to pick which person they should get the job or not. This is what's really happening right now with AI trying to take over the world, and it's never okay with that. Human beings are much smarter than AI because they should never be able to take over our lives, our jobs, and even artists. They have the rights to assist us, but they don't have the rights to take over our lives. And this is not the Jetsons, people. Because of what's happening, the only option I have right now is being an influencer or an Uber driver. I have recently reached 1,000 subscribers last year, but somehow it didn't get monetized yet. It really took a very long time to wait for my channel to get monetized and try to get people's attention to watch my content. And as for an Uber driver, I tried to tell my mom if I can do Uber, but she said no. Because I need more driving experience and she's scared I'm gonna be driving on the freeway by myself. And she's also scared that I'm gonna be sneaking out to the party at night, but personally, I would never do that. The only thing I would like to go sneak out is going to Walmart, Target, and thrifting, but that's just only on daytime and it's my thing. But partying, like going to the club or something, is not my thing. In May and June, I finally decided to hang out with my friends, and I reunited one person back in my elementary school days, and it's really great to talk to him and hang out with him again. But in June, I took my dad to a cancer center and get his radiation for his back. But after he finished it, he started to feel more pain after his radiation. So he took pain pills after the radiation for his back has been complete. In July, I took him to an oncologist center to talk about his cancer on his kidney. The good news is they're going to do the surgery to take out the kidney. However, they're going to get everything ready to start the surgery in a few months. So they'll probably start the surgery by the end of this year. But first, the doctor gave the treatment pills to my dad to stop the spread of cancer on his body. Every few weeks, I would have to take my dad back to the same center to take the IV and get the blood out. But since August have arrived and I'm about to start second year very soon, I asked my aunt if she can try to take my place while I'm at school. Because this semester, I'm going to start going to school every day, not only for in-person classes, but I will be attending a computer lab for online classes as well. I will not use my desktop at home because I'm having trouble lagging with the softwares I downloaded for my classes. So I'll be using the school computers from the computer lab instead. Anyways, you guys, those are the reasons why I never made my first cartoon review video because of everything what's going on in my life. And if you want to know what my first cartoon review video was going to be about, well, for this year's goal, there was supposed to be 5, which is my honest opinion about the Pickwick Pack, how I got into Glitch Productions, talking about the new Thomas 2026 series coming out this year, talking about some preschool spin-offs that no one asked for, and the 5th one, I'm gonna be saving that one for last. The first one being my honest opinion about the Pickwick Pack. This video is about how I first got into the show, talking about a full history about the Pickwick Pack, talking about the pilot, merchandise, and the others, and giving my final thoughts about this show. The truth is, I didn't actually first got into the show back in May. I actually first got into the show back in October. I first heard of this show from this Bluey user named Violent and Tibor04, because he recently started watching other kids shows besides Bluey. After he made an announcement, I went over to check out the show for myself. And I have to admit, this show is pretty adorable. It's not really better than Bluey, but it can be enjoyable for all ages, especially for preschoolers. When I first watched this show, it reminds me a lot of Hoops and Yo-Yo, Happy Tree Friends, and Animal Crossing. It's likely because of the colors for the character designs. For those who wants to give it a watch, then I suggest you can go and give it a watch right now. The official YouTube channel link will be in the description below. The second one being how I got into Glitch Productions. This video is about how I got into Glitch Productions and how I really got into indie animation. Well, before that, back in late 2017, I first got into indie games, which are Undertale, Stardew Valley, Cuphead, Bendy, Baldi's Basics, etc. And then in July 2025, I first got into indie animation, starting off with The Amazing Digital Circus. I first started watching that show when I got bored at home after our plan to Las Vegas was cancelled. I say this because we originally wanted to go to Las Vegas in 2025, but we have to cancel because of ICE immigration going on around the United States. While I was at home, I thought maybe I should start watching a new show. The first Glitch show I have ever watched was Digital Circus because everyone has been talking about this show. This show went viral and very popular all over the world, similar to Bluey's. No offense, but maybe this explains why Bluey isn't that popular like it used to be anymore. Now, I'm not saying I hate Bluey, I just felt bad that the show isn't that popular like it used to be anymore. Because right now the Bluey movie is still production while the show is still on a hiatus, and they will not continue for season 4 after the movie was released. While Bluey was on a hiatus, people are starting to swap interests such as Digital Circus, Poppy Playtime, or K-pop Demon Hunters, and even his viral piece of shit trend toy called the Labubus, which are not only dumb and expensive to get, but the toys look so trash. I don't even know how kids these days are into these kind of toys, but they look very creepy, and I would never buy them. Anyways, back to what I'm about to say. I first got into Digital Circus back in July 2025, but later on in November 2025, I first got into Murder Drones. I first started watching it during my Thanksgiving break, and it was a great series, but it sucks that they ended already back in 2024. It also sucks that Digital Circus has already ended back in June, but fortunately Glitch confirmed that both of these franchises will still continuing for miniseries, shorts, merchandise, etc. And now we are waiting for Glitch to release more episodes for the Gaslight District, the Knights of Guinevere, and Gameoverse. While we're waiting, I'm planning to start watching Hello Boss and Hazbin Hotel once I start second year of college. I'll give you guys an update about that once I start watching these two shows. The third planned project is talking about an upcoming Thomas & Friends 2026 reboot. This is where I cover everything about the new Thomas series, the official clip of the show, some merchandise we'll be getting, some character renders, concept arts, etc. When the new merchandise was first leaked in late 2025, at first I thought it's going to be the sequel to All Engines Go, but it turns out we were wrong. Because Mattel probably decided to make up the fans by bringing back the OG models but with the new faces. There have been rumors that the new Thomas series will be made with AI, but I honestly don't think they are. But when they revealed the clip, it turns out the show will not be made with AI after all. After they showed us the clip, they showed us this concept art of how the face will look like for the new Thomas series. But before the clip was revealed, the toy boxes was also found online. The new style of packaging looks great, and the character renders looks great as well, but the faces will take some time to get used to it. There are really good ones like Percy and Oliver, but there are also some bad ones like James and Duck. And characters such as Annie and Clarabelle and Harold the Helicopter now have gray faces. At first I thought Annie and Clarabelle with gray faces was cut for season 12, but then Mattel decided to bring back the idea. The new packaging was first released in a diecast range, but also in motorized form as well. It seems like the new packaging for the diecast models might have taken the inspiration for Disney Pixar Cars and Hot Wheels. And the new style of packaging for the motorized engines might have took the inspiration of Bluey and Paw Patrol. I also do not mind the logo change. It's about time they changed the logo for once after having the same one for more than 20 years. But unlike other companies such as Lego and Nintendo, they always have the same one for decades and they never changed it. I guess that's why they decided to change it to make it more modernized. It still have the steam clouds, it still have the same colors, except it's more round, which I'm actually fine with it. There's also some new characters and returning characters on the way, but I don't think we'll be seeing them until next year. And I hope the new Thomas series will go well after the failure of All Engines Go. The next project I was supposed to be released are the two preschool spin-offs that nobody asked for. The one I'm talking about is Disney Pixar Cars Lightning Racers and Teeny Mutant Ninja Turtles. The first one being Pixar's upcoming first Disney Junior series, Disney Pixar's Cars Lightning Racers. It was first announced on August 8, 2025, when Pixar announced that they'll be releasing their first Disney Junior series, and they're also revealing the voice actors of who's going to be in the show. Plus, there will be new characters for the show on the way. But this year in 2026, when they first revealed the new footages, they already look so bad. It's like All Engines Go, but with cars. I've seen people have talking about that the new footages are made with AI, but I honestly don't see any AI spots anywhere. A few months later, they released the new footages for the new Cars series, and honestly, they look a bit better, but I'm still not looking forward to the new series. If I were you, I would rather watch Disney Pixar Cars on the road rather than this, because these new modern Disney shows and reboots aren't that good like it used to be anymore. Back then, Playhouse Disney and older Disney Junior shows used to go so well, until everything has changed and it's becoming a downfall. They redesigned their logo, and their new shows, reboots, or preschool spin-offs have either went well or went horribly wrong. And recently, my local mall used to have a Disney Junior Play Zone, but this year it had been removed and replaced it with the normal one. They probably removed it because nobody else was interested to enter the Play Zone, and nobody recognized the channel and the company anymore. Which is why Disney has becoming a downfall ever since the beginning of 2020s. I have a feeling that the Cars Lightning Races will go wrong, and Disney probably won't stop making more live actions and preschool spin-offs anytime soon, because this whole modern Disney situation is completely out of control right now. Anyways, with that out of the way, now let's talk about this preschool spin-off that no one asked for, which is Teeny Mutant Ninja Turtles, and I honestly don't want to talk about this one. Not only the designs look so bad, but the worst part about this new preschool spin-off is that they're voiced by kids. Seriously, who in the flying fuck asked for this? Like, for real, y'all, no one asked for this. They literally canceled Tales of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles just so they can work on this garbage. This is something I want to tell y'all about this. Imagine when you were a kid and you grew up with something nostalgia, but as you grow up, you have your own husband or wife and have your own kids. But then the company who worked on the show years ago would likely brought it back to work on the preschool spin-off or reboot. This is just so their future child can be able to watch it and have some experience of what the show used to look like back in the day. This is not okay, people, and this is not a good way to honor the creator like this. Everyone who saw this clip are very uncomfortable and starting to backlashing at Nickelodeon. Because what really people wanted it is something new for once, not like this. And people ended up making their own company and start their own indie shows. Like, seriously, first live action remakes and now this bullshit preschool spin-offs. Disney probably make those more worse than other companies, which is why Disney has started to become a downfall. But companies like Warner Brothers who made their own preschool spin-offs, they don't look that bad and I actually do not mind it. There were a few preschool spin-off series on the way but ended up being cancelled. But fortunately, the next preschool spin-off series titled Foster's Fun Time for Imaginary Friends, the preschool spin-off for Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends, is still in development. It's still unknown when is it gonna come out, but they'll give us an update when they're gonna release it. If you're gonna make any nostalgia show something new, why not just redesign the characters something cool and have the same TV ratings instead of this chibi ass garbage? And they better be voiced by adults instead of kids. So my word of advice is that if you wish any nostalgia shows you grew up watching getting a reboot, and if you want the new look for the designs to have a chibi anime stylish, please do not spread this all over the internet, otherwise your favorite franchises will be ruined forever. So please be careful when spreading this idea all over the internet, otherwise the company will end up listening to your idea. And you'll never know if you're gonna get exposed for spreading this idea. Alright, that's it for Project 4, but now it's time for Project 5 and... I don't think y'all are gonna be happy when I'm about to say this, but the 5th planned project was me moving on from SpongeBob. I'm not saying I hated the show, it's just I'm not familiar with that show anymore. This all first started after the 4th movie came out in theaters back in December 2025. And before that, they show off this disgusting billboard that they put up. I personally refuse to watch the 4th movie because it looks so disgusting to watch. It's mainly because the adult content in this movie is too much to watch. Like, seriously, there are kids watching this movie and they're just gonna grow up being a pervert. This movie was supposed to be for everyone to watch, including kids, not for adults. Nickelodeon already made a response about this movie and said this: the movie that they made will not only be for kids, but for anyone who grew up watching SpongeBob can be able to watch SpongeBob but with adult content. Like, are you serious right now? Doesn't anybody care about this rule anymore where parents are not allowed to show children any adult content? That rule is still around today and children should learn about safety. They cannot just let their children run off and do whatever they want. This is why I'm losing interest in SpongeBob, people, and I don't recognize the character in the show anymore. But even if I lost interest in SpongeBob, I'll always love season 1 to 3 and the first movie, and especially the games, and the rest of the seasons in the movie, absolutely not. And one last thing, for those who still love SpongeBob, then guess what? I can still handle your opinion. Because this whole modern SpongeBob situation is not that good like it used to be anymore. So anyways, those are all of my 5 planned projects that I was supposed to be make, but never be able to finish. I apologize for everyone who's tuning in for my first cartoon video. I'm just very busy with life and all other stuff I have to do. The next planned project I was supposed to be start making is my upcoming Iceberg series. Back in 2022, I made my first Iceberg series, and let's just say it didn't go well as planned. So I ended up taking down the video. But in 2025, I was working on the new Iceberg video titled The Ultimate Trackmaster Iceberg, but this time I made a video something original. I worked on this project for 5 months, and it was going to be uploaded on May 12, 2025 to celebrate the 80th anniversary for the Railway series, but unfortunately I ran out of time and ended up canceling the video because I have several senior events to attend to. Because of that, I decided to make other Iceberg videos that I have planned to make. I originally wanted to do the new Super Mario Bros. Series Iceberg, but the truth is I never did. I wanted to start making that video in September 2025, but I was so busy in college and cannot be able to make the video. Because of that, I ended up dropping the idea. I also have other Iceberg videos planned, but ended up dropping the idea as well. So yeah, that's why any of these Iceberg videos were never made, And I probably will make another one anytime soon because making iceberg videos is too much work for me and I should be doing different content instead. Anyways, the next content I'm planning to cancel is my tutorial videos. I started making tutorial videos back in June 2025 and I really don't make them that much ever since I started college. I only made 3 and I'm not sure if I'll ever make another one, because I am unsure what other videos I can make for my next tutorial video. Because not only I was so busy in college, but I was so busy making other content. I was also focusing on my first cartoon video, but ended up being cancelled, which is why there haven't any other tutorial videos that haven't come out yet. So because of that, I will be deleting all of my tutorial videos because I have no other tutorial video ideas I should make, and will be focusing on college and other content. Finally, another content I've been making, but this time it's on a hiatus, which is my Thomas episode and Crash remakes. My first Thomas episode remake I ever did was the Down the Mine pilot. I actually filmed it at my house and at the beach. I filmed it at the beach because I thought it'd be perfect to use sand instead of dirt. I first posted this video on September 1st, 2025 to celebrate Labor Day. I've been thinking to make more Thomas episode remakes, but I realized that I'm becoming very slow at collecting Thomas merch. I mostly collect other Thomas variants instead of other characters I don't have, and do not have enough tracks for me to film. And because of that, I decided to take a break from making Thomas episode and Crash remakes. During my second semester in my first year, I've been taking 3D modeling classes, and I find them very interesting, very useful, and easy to use. I use Autodesk Maya for that class and never actually paid them. Instead, I use the student subscription, which only lasts for a year, but it's gonna renew itself if you're still in school. People have mostly used Blender, but my professor finds it hard using Blender. He never taught us how to use Blender, so we use Autodesk Maya instead. Maybe this explains why animation is pretty expensive, because Autodesk Maya is a pretty expensive 3D software to use, which is why Blender is the most affordable and it's free to use. Again, my professor never taught us how to use Blender, so I have to self-taught out using Blender instead. Since I've been taking 3D modeling classes, I actually decided to make some changes. For my Thomas episode and Crash remakes, I'll be using this software called Train Simulator instead of using Trackmaster. I haven't got the software yet, but what I'm planning to do is that starting next year, I'll be start saving money to buy a brand new PC. Because the PC I have for 6 years sucks ass. Once I get a new PC, I'll not only download Train Simulator, but I'll also be downloading other softwares. I'll be downloading Garry's Mod and Source Filmmaker. I'm also thinking to download Unity, but I'll save that for another time. I'm also gonna download Wondershare Filmora. I used this editing software before, but ended up deleting it and switched back over to CapCut. It's likely because of the watermark that no one likes. The only way to get rid of it is you have to pay for the price. I check out the prices and they're fine at first until I realize they have the lifetime subscription as well. The lifetime subscription only costs about $80, which is much cheaper than other editing softwares such as Sony Vegas Pro or DaVinci, because their lifetime subscription costs about less than $300, which just sounds too much in my opinion. So for those who's looking for any editing softwares that has a one-time subscription for cheap, then I recommend getting this one. It's more affordable, easy to use, and it works really well. Anyways, those are all of my content I want to talk about and other content that I will not be making for this channel anymore. But starting next year, at the beginning of 2027, I will have another video talking about my upcoming future for my channel. I'll be talking more about college, a brand new PC I'm planning to get next year, some new content I'll be start doing next year, and some softwares I'll be downloading on my brand new PC. One last thing before I end it off the video, I would like to talk about my TikTok account. Since 2023, I officially created my new TikTok and Instagram account and started posting videos on TikTok and posting images and videos on Instagram. I mostly use YouTube and Instagram, but TikTok not that much, because I was so busy making videos for my YouTube channel and don't have enough time to make one for my TikTok account. So for those who follow me on TikTok, then I have some pretty disappointed news. On October 1st, I will no longer be active on my TikTok account. I'll no longer making more videos for that account, and that account will be abandoned. Y'all can still follow me all you want, but I'm just no longer gonna post more videos on that account. So I'll still be active on my YouTube channel and Instagram. Oh yeah, and I forgot to mention 2 channels I had, which are my gaming channel, aka my personal account, and my backup TikTok account. I started posting gaming content since 2024, but ever since I started college, I haven't touched that channel ever since. I was thinking to start making gaming videos again once I get a capture card, but I never got a chance to buy one. So I'll not only abandon that account, but I will be deleting the videos as well. If I ever want to do gaming content for this channel, I might only do that for live streaming, but I'll never know when I'll ever get a capture card. And as for my backup TikTok account, ever since they announced the TikTok ban, which only lasts for a day, I created a brand new one just so I can post archive on that channel. I was going to post more than 10 more videos on that channel, but I am too lazy to post more, so I never did. And again, that account will be left abandoned. Anyways, you guys, that is everything I want to talk about for this video. So again, I'll be on a hiatus because I'll be going back to school very soon, and I will return sometime in late October or November. But I'll still be active, posting more images on my community tab post and story pages on my Instagram account. I hope you all understand what's going on with my life and what content I will not be making for this channel anymore, and videos that will no longer be posted on my TikTok account, and will be heading back to school on the 17th. Anyways, you guys, thank you all so much for watching and watching all of my past content. Please like and subscribe, ring that bell for notifications so that it'll let you know when the next video will be coming out very soon. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll be back in late October or November. This is Christian Garcia, aka Christian the Thomason Glitch Fan 2012, signing out. Be safe out there, and have a great day everyone. Goodbye for now.